All right, let's talk suspension. Because for as long as cars have existed, people have been arguing about two things: performance versus looks. And in the late 1970s, two German engineers had the same thought. What if we could make cars handle better and look better? That's where H&R comes in. H&R wasn't born in some corporate boardroom. It started in a small town called Lennenstadt, tucked away in Germany's Sauerland region. And if you know anything about Sauerland, it's rolling hills, winding roads, and the kind of driving that makes you wish every car had better suspension. Together, Mr. H and Mr. R came together to form H&R Spezialfedern,
Spezialfedern,
also known as H&R Special Springs. Werner Hein and Heinz Remmon combined their passion for driving and suspension expertise to design, manufacture, and produce high-quality springs, creating a whole new look in the automotive world with a correct vehicle stance. Not just stiffer, not just lower, but a high-quality performance spring that brought real function and clean aesthetics to the automotive scene. They weren't just making parts, they were solving a problem they felt every time they drove. Cars in the 70s were quick, sure, but through corners, they leaned like boats. So H&R built springs that were tighter, more consistent, and more responsive. The kind of upgrade that transformed a car overnight. And here's the kicker: they didn't just test them on paper, they tested on the Nürburgring. Because if it survived there, it could survive anywhere. By the late 70s, H&R wasn't just a small town project anymore. It was an industry leader in suspension performance. Before we even get to the fancy adjustable stuff, H&R is the name in lowering springs. Their sport springs and OE sport springs are basically a rite of passage in the Euro car world. If you had a GTI, a 3 Series, or an A4 in the last 40 years, chances are somebody has said, bro, just get H&R springs. Why? Because they strike that sweet spot. Not slammed to the ground, not bouncy, just lower, tighter, and way more planted. You get better cornering, a better stance, and honestly, it's the suspension mod most people should have done on day one. Now let's talk about one of their coolest solutions, the H&R VTF Adjustable Spring Kit. Think of it like this: you love the comfort and tech of your factory electronic dampers, right? Adaptive suspension, sport mode, comfort mode, all the fancy buttons your car came with. But you still want to lower it, give it that stance, that center of gravity drop without throwing all the OEM engineering in the trash. That's exactly what VTF does. It's a height adjustable spring system that works with your factory shocks and electronic damping. You keep all the stock functionality, no error codes, no weird ride quality issues, but now you can dial in the perfect stance. Lower for car shows, but still practical enough to clear your driveway. And unlike fixed lowering springs, VTF gives you flexibility. Maybe you're running a square wheel setup and need to tweak the ride height for clearance, or you just want to fine-tune the look. VTF lets you do it. Now, springs handle the stance, but sway bars, that's where you kill things like body roll. H&R sway bars are like a cheat code for handling. You throw one on and suddenly that lazy roll through corners gets replaced by a flat, planted feel. The cool part? They're adjustable too. So whether you want a mild upgrade for your daily or a stiffer setup for track days, you can dial it in. And since they're cold formed and heat treated in Germany, they're built to last longer than most of the cars they're installed on. But this isn't just about looks. Dropping the center of gravity, dialing in the stance, your car corners flatter, feels more responsive, and has that planted feeling H&R is known for. It's like giving your car that Nürburgring DNA, all without losing the comfort you need when you're stuck in traffic. So whether you're daily driving, hitting the back roads, or pushing limits on a track, when you choose H&R, you're not just buying a part, you're experiencing over 40 years of German engineering heritage. Every spring, every sway bar, every adjustable kit carries the same DNA that was built into the very first designs: precision, performance, and purpose. It's that obsession with control, stance, and feel that made H&R a benchmark in suspension for decades. From classic lowering springs that set the standard, to advanced VTF adjustable kits, to sway bars that sharpen handling to a razor's edge, H&R is still driven by the same belief: a car should handle as good as it looks, and look as good as it handles. This isn't just suspension, it's a piece of motorsport history in your car. German engineering, proven performance, adjustable stance, that's H&R.